In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my live trading session. I'm going to be using only pure price action, which means I'm only going to be relying on the candlesticks alone as they are printing on a chart. Now I have one indicator, the 21 bar EMA, but it is only supportive indicator. And what is the structure of the market telling me right now? I can see that we have bullish uptrend working higher. So as a price action trader, if I want to navigate this uptrend correctly, I need to identify my channel, and you can see the channel is getting confirmed off of these lows. EMA keeps pointing up. So as long as this channel is in play, I'm not even thinking about selling, and the market is going to open in 3 minutes. All right, traders, I'm preparing my limit order as I'm going to take a high low if we get it. We have sort of like a visual tool like a pullback at the EMA, but my signal bar was doji and was not fully at the EMA. However, if we get a high low confirmation setup, I would definitely consider taking the high low here. It needs to trigger above this bullish bar. Let's see how it finishes. All right, traders, so I placed my limit order at the close of this bar. This is a high low confirmation setup of the visual tool like a pullback. And you can see this was also kind of like a small congestion. We broke lower and most breakouts will fail. And the reason why I'm going long, because this uptrend needs to get new extreme. Come on. All right, we got from. So I'm going to place my stop loss 1 tick below the signal bar. I'm going to go for 7 ticks because I chased it by 1 tick. You have a first leg, break, second leg. So this is a visual tool like a pullback. EMA held once, EMA held, and this is a high-low confirmation of the visual tool like a pullback. The uptrend needs to get new extreme according to trend line rule. And because EMA is holding twice, this is giving me a good confirmation that the bulls are in the market. And also, if I'm going to delete these 2 legs, you have a small congestion here. We broke lower, most breakouts will fail. So everything is telling me that we're going to get new extreme. So there's pretty much nothing for me to think about. It is a little bit stacked, but there's so much bullish momentum. Let's see if we can get the scalp here. We need a couple more ticks. We're bouncing on my exit order, but we need to tick through, and we tick through. So I'm gonna put my stop loss to break even, because anything we make right now is just a bonus, just a gravy, because our main portion, the scalp portion, was filled. And the runner keeps going higher. We have a break and a new extreme for the uptrend. So I'm thinking about tightening my runner, but the EMA kept rejecting every single time. So there's a chance we may have a stronger uptrend on our hands, because from the very bottom, we only stayed below EMA here for a brief period of time. But I hope it makes sense why this is the area we're looking to go long, because when the trend is up, we clearly have predetermined uptrend. You can see EMA is pointing up, it's getting rejected every single time. This is the supportive indicator. It serves as a key entry point. And you can see the first leg down, consolidation, second leg down. Notice how broad these 2 legs are. The broader they are, the more you can expect this bearish correction to deplete. EMA held once and EMA held twice. So this right here is a high-low confirmation setup of the visual tool like a pullback. And like I mentioned, we have a small congestion. We broke lower. You could have considered going long here, but I was a little bit patient because I had pure doji, but still visual tool like a pullback at the EMA, and we're following the trend line rule, which says after close outside of this channel, after break, the buyers still want to see the new high tested. You're not looking to sell. If you see a break, you're going to trap all the sellers. And this is why we can take double confirmation of the EMA and a great small signal bar, which means the risk is very tiny. Let's see if we can get some runner here. All right, traders, so I'm going to tighten my runner below this swing right here. And let's see if we can continue working higher so we can squeeze more out of this run. But eventually market, of course, is going to pull back. And so far, I don't see any good wide channel that would help me. You know, maybe this channel could be considered fairly decent. This may be the next opportunity because we are getting confirmation here. So I'm going to put it a little bit lower. So if we pull back, I have some leeway in case this channel is in play. All right, so I'm redrawing to a little bit wider channel. Now it's going to be pivotal if it's going to hold and continue rallying higher, because we can see consistent EMA rejections. We have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, and now we actually have high-low confirmation setup, which is decent enough to take a chance because it is confirming the EMA again, and it is confirming the second entry long, and it's a great tier 1 signal bar. So we can see this is a very strong bullish uptrend. All right, and we can see that the high-low confirmation of the second entry long keeps working. All right, so at this point, I'm going to tighten my runner below this significant swing, because this is how I like to manage my runner. Because you can see I can't really trail it too tight here because you don't know when it's going to pull back. But I consider this a significant swing. This is a 2-legged pullback, and you can see the high low is propelling. Prices continue working higher. The wider channel is getting confirmed. EMA held once and twice. This is basically similar to what is happening here. You have larger 2-legged pullback, EMA rejection, high low confirmation. You have 2-legged pullback, second entry long, and a high low confirmation setup. So this is as easy as it gets. Price action to navigate. You have a very strong uptrend. You just have a two-legged pullback, high probability setup at the key entry point, and you have a high-low right after it confirmation setup. So hopefully the price action is going to continue working here. I'm going to place it here. All right, traders, I'm resuming the video as we have another two-legged pullback, second entry long, with the downtrend played out with the break new low right off the EMA. The uptrend needs to get new extreme. This is a great signal bar. So if I wasn't holding a runner, I would have definitely jumped on this second entry long because all the rules played out. We need to get new high, and for this reason, I'm trailing my runner below this significant swing because in case we reverse, the uptrend is losing steam. But you can see quick easy scalp on a second entry long. We should get moved to a new extreme. I didn't expect market to continue higher like this, especially through this congestion. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this swing again, significant pullback. I'm going to tighten the runner, lock in some profits. And I was already expecting stronger correction because we have a break new high, and no matter which channel I draw, we keep having break and new extreme. But this is such a strong trend. This is a perfect example what a strong trend looks like. The bearish pullbacks are minimal. You can see EMA keeps rejecting for the most part every single time. Prices are struggling to break below. So this is how we're using the 21 bar EMA to help us navigate the price action and see that this is a very strong uptrend. The key entry point, but this is pretty much unenterable. This is just a push down congestion. So on the way up, we had nice two-legged pullbacks, high lows, but here you pretty much cannot enter according to high probability price action rules. All right, traders, so I'm tightening my runner, and it looks like the prices may got our runner around 14.5 points. I assume it's going to be decent runner on a day like this. We have a break, couple legs to new extreme. I'm even looking for potential spike and a channel like this, but I'm not going to be greedy. You got to take what the market gives you, and in case I'm wrong about this channel and we're going to continue working lower, I will leave a couple points on the table and I'm going to gladly lock in this, and we got stopped out. The downtrend is a break new extreme. We're finding support at the bottom of the trailing range that I drew, but the trailing range is not really established. It is just an idea where potentially lows may be. So I'm not really buying. This was quite a significant second leg down. So even though we have a break new low, I don't know if there's going to be a stronger downtrend. So for this reason, I cannot go long unless I have a failed second entry short above EMA. Remember, I'm just trying to look for the trailing range. It is not fully formed and confirmed just yet. All right, sure. So I'm resuming the video as we have two-legged pullback. We have a new low, first entry short. The uptrend is in play, and I'm expecting to get a failed second entry short because we had quite a strong bullish bias. We have large two legs down, and a failed second entry short above EMA would confirm for me the bullish bias and the fact that the downtrend played out and this trend is holding. Let's see if it's going to form. Resuming the video as we have a failed second entry short, which is tempting, but I wanted to see EMA holding prices. This is one of those sketchy ones. New low, first entry short, second entry short fail. I really hope we're going to get some high-low little pullback because we broke lower first and then we have massive bullish bar. So if we have some nice high low, would also be new high, first entry long, second entry long, it would be okay for me. I resume the video as we have high low, but the signal bar is doji and it's not full at the EMA. So I really wanted to see a bit better bullish bar. So I'm waiting here. It's just shame it didn't close on its high. It's starting to stack up a little bit, so I want to be a little bit careful here. Right, traders, I'm resuming the video as we had another micro new low, first entry short, second entry short failure. It's gonna trap all the sellers playing the wider downtrend. We expected it, but by this time it was too stacked, a little bit congested. So fortunately, it didn't even give you opportunity to enter with the limit order. It was too quick. So even had I decided to go long, I would not have been filled. So that's actually the saving grace. But it was a bit too stacked for me. But hopefully it makes sense why you're trying to go long here. The overall daily bias is bullish. So the price action was strong bullish. We have a two-legged pullback down, market plays in twos. Downtrend played out with the break new low. This means there's no longer bearish momentum. Strong push above EMA. It's a shame this failed second entry short didn't form a little bit better. You can see it took a little while, but eventually all the sellers got trapped and the market continues working higher. Alright, traders, I'm resuming the video as we had a new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure below EMA off the resistance. Uptrend played out with a break new high, but my signal bar was inside bar of this bullish bar. So I wanted to see a lower high second entry short confirming it, because this is really ugly inside bar, but context wise it made sense because the downtrend was stronger, uptrend played up with the break new extreme, so you're not looking to go long, resistance was formed, and push below EMA is indicating sellers are coming into play. Alright traders, I'm gonna wrap it up with my one single trade. We managed to get a very nice runner. The wider downtrend had the break, couple pushes to a new extreme. We didn't get new low exactly, but we formed triple bottom, which is close enough for sellers to consider this as downtrend playing out. Prices strongly pushed above EMA, reversed, and we entered into a spike and a channel pattern, which as long as the EMA is holding and the trend is in play, we're looking for high probability setups to go long, counting from the highs. You have first entry long, second entry long, but the signal bar is inside bar of this horrible bar, and this is just setting not the trend line. You wouldn't probably have the trend line in play, so you can't really take it, and the signal bar is horrible regardless. But once the trend line is getting confirmed here, and again, counter reset new high, first entry long, second entry long of 2 key entry points, EMA and the trend line, so potentially good setup. You would have to ride this out. Your stop loss goes always 1 tick below the signal bar, and you can see you would have survived by 1 tick. This is why we placed the stop loss 1 tick below the signal bar. You cannot put it in the middle because you're going to get stopped out on the noise if there is going to be any pullback. Break in new extreme is indicating that the bullish momentum played out, and according to rules, market is pivoting. You have a downtrend working lower, and you expect reversal pattern because this is overall a ranging market, and this uptrend was not strong. So you have first entry long, second entry long failure, but unfortunately we cannot take because it didn't trigger well, far away from EMA, and it triggered below this bullish doji. Then we have a new low. First entry short pullback, second entry short. I marked this aggressive, even though I didn't like it at the time. The reason why you don't want to take it is because it is not fully at the EMA with the body, but more importantly, it formed kind of like a micro double bottom. So this acts now more as a first entry short, but this is more nuanced. So if you took a chance here, I decided to mark it as more aggressive, as acceptable setup to take a chance. Then you would consider re-entering on double trap, which never formed. Market created new extreme, and we entered a pure congestion. It's too late and the market is about to close. So a couple of good setups, but there was quite an area without good setup. Actually, the setups were great context-wise, but didn't form that well because this is a great felt second entry long, but inside bar. Then this felt second entry short, but quite aggressive, so market more aggressive, and the easiest setups were on the way up. This is pretty textbook. Break, couple pushes to a new extreme, and hopefully you capitalize on one of these setups. Hopefully you find this lesson helpful and educational. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to talk to you next time. Good luck with your trading.